Hello everyone, welcome back to William's Tier List, your new favorite show where I do tier lists on games I know a lot about. This time with Elden Ring weapons, including DLC, gonna rank all of these. It's just gonna take such a long time. I just got done recording with the Left 4 Dead weapons, and that was a much shorter list than this. And I have a feeling it's gonna take a long time. I'm gonna be as fast as possible with each weapon. I'm not gonna pause that much yet. Let's get right into it. We got the daggers. Daggers are garbage. I have a feeling the F tier is gonna be heavy this time around. Yeah. We got the basic dagger. It does have the visual, visually it's kind of pleasing. Yeah, I'm gonna put it there for the visual. It looks kind of nice. The small, the classic, fantasy dagger. You use that. Yeah, the misery cord. I'm gonna put it absolute S tier. Holy shit, this weapon. Known for the mercy killing of the doctors in the lands between. Very cool stuff. The visual is nice. And one of my favorite weapons, I use it all the time. I use it every day. It's really nice. Highest critical damage in the game. You can combine it with the talisman to get some deadly setups going. Really nice. I'm gonna put it in an S tier. The butcher's knife. The butcher's knife is pretty good. I think in all the knives in the game, this one doesn't require the stats to use it. I mean, doesn't require much stats to use it. That's why I've had it previously on some builds to do some buffs and that kind of thing. So it does serve some sort of function. So I'm not gonna put it in F tier. This one, what is it? The blood. You can do bleed with this knife. This one, what this knife does, increases the holy damage. It does heavy holy damage. Cool, I guess. This one, I'm not gonna put I don't remember the name of this one. Wakazashi, something like that. I don't remember the name, but you can put the Ash of War to parry with this. I mean, you could probably use that one on a lot of the daggers, but yeah, this one serves as a katana. You can actually dual wield this with a katana, so some to keep it away from the F tier. This one, the Celebrant's dagger, something like that. Who cares? This one, the crystal dagger, nice, cool, I guess, looks nice. The scorpion dagger, it does inflict rot, but there are other options to inflict rot which are better than this. So yeah, I'm gonna put it in D. So it does serve a function. This one, the knife that scales with strength. A lot of people use it because of I think it does good damage. Maybe a lot of people cosplay Malakath with it. Should I put it F tier or D tier? I'm gonna put it in an F tier. I mean, yeah, it doesn't look that cool. I'm gonna be honest. We have this dagger. It had a really nice name. I think, yeah, it had a nice name, but I cannot remember it. Yeah, I can't remember it. It does do something, like actually when I was doing my spellblade sorcerer or something like for some Chris, I think Chris, yeah, I remember it. Chris's blade, I think it's called. The Ash of War on it is chargeable. You can stack it with some things, and you can make it really do high damage on intelligence builds, because you can combine it with the charge talisman and the Ash of War talisman and the magic damage talisman, and reduce the FP it costs with the what was it called, the crest that, can't remember it, reduces the FP cost of Ashes of War. So therefore, the Chris's blade does have some use. The range on the Ash of War on that, it's chargeable. Like I said, when you fully charge it, the range is actually insane. So it does have some use. The Reduvia's blade, I'm gonna put it on a D tier. It is really deadly in PvP. You can actually do some heavy damage with it because it's status build up. If someone gets close to you and this clips them, it's actually really deadly. You can combine it with something I've done, which I don't see a lot of people do. You can combine it with effective sleep builds, and when you inflict the sleep and when you're sure they're about to be slept, you can switch to this, and right as they're doing the stun animation for the sleep, you can do heavy damage. Just get close to them and use this. So therefore, it does have very specific, niche uses. This one is Melana's blade. You can do the cool Ash of War where you go into the air to cast some, beam of light, blade of light, that kind of thing. So that is useful. This one, I'm gonna put it on a C tier just because it does do percentage damage, heavy faith percentage damage, and that could be useful against some bosses. So it's not completely useless. So you could use that for some purposes. And yeah, it does reduce the maximum health of your opponent or the boss that you're fighting. So therefore, it's kind of useful. Now we get to straight swords. We got the short sword. Put it in a solid F tier. Most straight swords are just garbage. Unless you combine them with the square up. Is that what it's called? Yeah, square off Ash of War. Then they become overpowered. You can actually destroy some mounted bosses with them. But generally, straight swords. Let me take a look at them. The broadsword, that was a short sword. This is Lord Sworn's sword, the noble sword with the highest range and good lightning damage on that. We got this sword. This one, I'm gonna get a D tier. I'm not gonna put it in F tier because it just looks so cool. This is one of the cooler straight swords. This one, the Ash of War, is completely useless. It's just a Chris's knife, but just horrible, just terrible version. You just throw a glintstone shard or some shit with it. It's just really bad. This one, I'm gonna put this straight sword. I don't remember the name specifically, but yeah, I'm gonna put it at a solid B tier because of the Ash of War. The Ash of War does have some functionality. A lot of not this specific weapon. From what I know, if you put the Ash of War of this, I don't know what's it called, the Glade Blade Phalanx or something. If you put it on other weapons, it does more damage than this weapon for some reason. But yeah, it's just such a slick straight sword. I'm gonna put it at a B tier, and the Ash of War does have a lot of good uses. Huge hitbox for enemies that hang high above, dragons, the giant, that kind of thing. It does have some uses, and you can use all kinds of talismans and things to buff it to out of this fucking world to do huge amounts of damage with the one shot and that kind of thing. Then we get the crystal swords. This is a straight sword again, useless. This one does do rot damage. I'm gonna put it on a D tier. The crystal sword with the rot infused in it, so it does have some kind of use, I guess. It's not horrible. Miquella's followers straight sword or whatever it was, it does have default Ash of War with the holy blade, I'm pretty sure. Very useless. It does look pretty cool, but not enough to boost it up to something else. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it there. And then there's this sword. I'm gonna put it at a solid C tier just because of how cool the Ash of War is, and you combine it with the other, it's a two-handed thing. It's two swords, so depicted here as one, but actually two. The Ash of War is really cool. You can combine it with some talismans to get decent damage from it. Yeah, gotta put it at the C tier. Then we get the epitaph. Yeah. This is, I think this is specifically useful because as a co-opper, I used it to get the effect of, higher damage against dead enemies, specifically the Death Bird. This was really useful against that, and I assume the DLC has the same usage against the dead enemies. You can use this to get the nice buff of destroying dead enemies, doing a lot of damage to them. So I'm gonna put it at a solid B tier for functionality. We get to the Saint Trina's sleep sword. I don't remember what specifically it was called. Yeah, it is pretty good in PvP, and in PvP kind of useless. But even in PvP, I'm gonna put it at a B tier. It's not crazy, but yeah, combine, and if your enemy lets you buff it up, you could get some nice kills with it. The main issue is the range. So if you get to do something with the ring, you like do jump attacks or something, it could be really deadly, as we have seen in the past in the PvP area. And then Iokiade's straight. What was it called? Something like that. It's just the lesser version of the Marais Executioner Blade. I'm gonna place it at a solid, solid. Where should I put it? Where should I put Aokiade's Dancing Blade? I think I'm gonna put it at a C tier for looking cool, because the damage is not nearly as good as Marais Executioner Blade, and yeah, because it's a straight sword, it's just really useless because of that. I'm gonna put it at a C tier. The Coded Blade, is that what it's called? Coded Blade? I mean, it's fine. The damage does go through armor, and you get the Ash of War, which has a huge, massive range. I'm gonna give it a C tier just because it looks really cool. It's just you're fighting with words. That's your blade, I guess. And the Ash of War just looks really awesome. The Sword of Night and Flame. This was really powerful at first when Elden Ring came out. I'm not sure if it is still powerful, but yeah. With the right stats, with the right talismans, this could reach some deadly damage potential. I'm gonna put it at a solid B tier for functionality. We get to the Great Sword, the Bastard Sword. Just because of the name, I'm gonna give it a D tier. I'm not gonna put it at F tier because the name is cool. The Claymore, everybody loves the Claymore just because. I mean, it looks really cool and a classic weapon imported from Dark Souls. You know, you can't go wrong with the Claymore. I'll put it at a solid D tier just for the visual and the name. This is the Iron Great Heavy Great. I don't remember the name, but yeah, this is. I think this does the highest damage in all of the Great Sword, at least pre DLC. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, still not nearly useful. It's just the moveset. It's just not enough damage. The Ash of Wars that you can put on it, it's just not good. The Great Swords is just lackluster in most regards. Lord Sword's Great Sword. This is the weapon I used for a very long time on my first playthrough. It looks cool. Not cool enough to get it out of F tier though. Then we get the Knight's Great Sword with a cool moveset. The moveset is really nice. But the visual, I don't like it visually, personally. That's my thing. The range is not as good as the next sword that's coming up, the Great Sword that I like better. This is the Nameless Knights, or whatever they're called, Great Sword. This one is actually like visually really cool. I combined it with the Knight set to, get some cool visuals going. I really like that. The visual is nice. The moveset is the cool one. So yeah, I'm going to put it right there. The Forked Great Sword, PvPers use this to inflict heavy status damage. Really potential to destroy a lot of players. And I'm gonna put it at a C tier. It does something, at least. I mean, it's not completely garbage. And the same goes for this sword. This is that Eccentric Knight's sword. I can't remember his name. But yeah, it's something because of the status buildup that it does. You can combine it with some of that. That's why it doesn't get a D tier. It also looks kind of cool. The Gargoyle swords go straight to F tier. I mean, they look interesting. They don't look cool specifically, and the Ash of War on them is set. Is a default, so you can't change it. I'm pretty. Maybe one of them you can actually. I can't remember. But yeah, it's just all in all just terrible. Then there's this. It's such a shame because the visual is really awesome. The silver and gold. Combined. These nuts is a great sword. Really awesome visuals, but I'm gonna keep it at an F tier because of how sad the whole thing is. It just doesn't do much. It's holy damage. What are you gonna do with holy damage? Dung Eater's Great Sword, I'm gonna put it in an F tier. It just doesn't look cool enough to move it out of that situation, and the functionality is just not there. It's horrible. You can't do a lot with it. It's just it has a charge attack. That's about it. Marais Executioner Sword moves straight to S tier. One of the god tier weapons. You can do massive damage to most enemies. with the right talismans and the right setup, and can be really deadly. You don't need to be that high a level to do mega damage with this son of a bitch. It stuns Millennia out of this universe. It kills huge bosses with huge health pools fast. And yeah, continuous damage. Really slick Ash of War. The moveset is nice. The charge attack is the fast one. And yeah, all in all, very solid weapon. Ordovus's Greatsword. Now, Ordovus's Greatsword, going to move straight to B tier. Now, there is the other Ordovus's. Wait, it has a different name actually. The Spear that has sort of the same thing. I'm going to keep it at a B tier because it does have its function is in PvP. You do get the really high poise, like a mini second after you start using it. That is really good. But yeah, the fact that you have to stand still, you're not gonna land this a lot. Even though, yeah, in PVE you could charge it up. You know, it does have its function with the right talismans and the right things. You could do some things with it. We get this sword. Isn't this known for having the fastest charge attack in all the great swords? It is something, I guess. It's just not. It doesn't look interesting. It doesn't do amazing damage. Death Poker going straight to S tier. Holy shit! This weapon looks crazy. It's a stick, and just because of what it does and how crazy, like holy shit, destroys almost any enemy in the game very fast. You don't have to put much stats in it. It does have the status build up, and yeah, it doesn't do a lot. It doesn't consume a lot of FP and huge amounts of damage. Absolute S tier easily. Helfen's Greatsword goes straight to. I'm gonna give it a B tier actually. It doesn't serve much of a function, but the visual of it, holy shit, it's so awesome to look at. Every time you have it, just looking at it, just using the Ash of War, it just looks awesome. The Blasphemous Blade, straight S tier. Before they nerf it, it was the ultimate PvE weapon. You don't need to think much. Just stand back and do mega damage for no reason, and heal yourself while you're at it, and have a lot of poise while you're at it. Just all in all, a huge weapon. You know, easily S tier. And we get this weapon. I'm gonna put it at a B tier. Serves a function, but same level of being. It just looks awesome. It's like a piece of the Elden Beast, and the Golden Order. That kind of visuals. Really awesome. Really awesome to look at. Just hold it in your hands and just look at it. The visual is awesome. The Moonlight Greatsword, straight S tier. Very deadly weapon combined with the right talismans. It doesn't consume any FP. You do have to finish a whole quest line to get it. It's just, all in all, very powerful weapon with the charge attacks. When you activate it and with the right stats, you can actually destroy many enemies with it. Just because of the absurd damage that costs almost nothing. We got the weapon you get from Elden Beast. I'm gonna, yeah. Where should I put this? But put it at a D tier just because it's not nothing, but it just looks awful. The Ash of War is mid. You just stand still and do something. You don't do much damage with it. It's just horrible. It's just terrible. The Zweihandler, the Knight's Dream Sword. I'm gonna put it at a B tier just for the visuals. It's really cool looking. It's just so clean. You just I just put it on your knight build. It's just gonna look awesome. Then we get this son of a bitch, the colossal sword. What's it called? Great sword. Holy shit! This is the Guts reference. I'm just sick of it. It just looks like shit. It looks so bad. Yeah. It's just a whole lot of. I just don't like looking at it. It's horrible. And yeah, whoever when you want a brainless build, roleplay as Guts or some dumb shit, or yeah, you just don't care about what the weapon you're using. You want half your screen blocked and not serve a purpose with it. You can use that. Trolls Colossal Sword. This one. These are all pretty useless. This one is not gonna go F tier. This is the Wolf Knight. Great oh, I don't know what the actual name. It looks really cool, and the Ash of War is nice, but no, doesn't serve any function. Doesn't serve any function at all. But yeah, really, it's just a huge weapon that looks really cool. That's it. The same goes for this, the Game of Thrones sword. It just looks awesome, so they can't give it F tier. But using them is not much of an option. Yeah, this right here, I do believe it's one of the legendary armaments, right? It is pretty good, you know, the stats. With the right stats, it does inflict huge poise damage and the charge attack. Uh, I'm gonna move it down a little bit because I think outside the visuals, like, and the Ash of War and the heavy attack, you know, it's just so slow. I think if it served a little bit more function, it would be a little bit higher because it does do massive poise damage and just normal damage and looks awesome. But yeah, it's just outside of the Ash of War, you're not gonna land many attacks with it, or if you do, it's just the normal colossal moveset. It's just not great. Then we get Radon's. I'm gonna put it straight F tier. I don't like the Radon's colossal sword. It just I don't like the visuals. I sorry Radon fans. It doesn't look cool and doesn't serve a function. The Godslayer's great sword. I'm gonna put it at a solid A tier. The move set of this colossal sword is so smooth, and it attacks so fast with the light attacks. And the Ash of War is really useful. It's not a meta weapon like the S tiers, but holy shit, is it good! And it does huge amounts of. You know, it does the percentage damage with the Ash of War. That's why it's super useful and it's awesome to look at. The Ash of War is really cool to look at. It does massive amounts of damage to big enemies, to small enemies, and the light attack is really fast and looks cool. Just really awesome weapon design. We get Malekith's Blade. I'm gonna put it at a C tier, just because it's a colossal sword. It's really slow. You know. The moveset is not great, and yeah, the only thing that pulls it up is the percentage damage that it does with the Ash of War, and it does reduce the maximum HP of the monster you're fighting. Or yeah, that's why it doesn't get it doesn't get lower than this. But PvP, yeah, people absolutely do not get hit by this at all. You just have to get super lucky. But yeah, it's, rest of the nice C tier. We get to the rapiers. Rapiers are garbage. They don't do damage. They don't have range. They just have speed, and that's pretty much it. You gotta stick close to your opponent and just stab, stab, stab. Now this one, wait, what was it called? It does look a little cooler than the rest. This is the first one. I mean, you can buy this from the Handmaidens, I'm pretty sure. No, I'm gonna put it still on an F tier. This one, they do look cool sometimes, but not cool enough to deserve any sort of the Rogier's straight sword though. Yeah, I'm gonna put this one at a D tier just because of. Yeah, I did use it for a while. The first time I played it, when I didn't have the Urumi yet, that was my main weapon. We're gonna get to. Oh my god, so many weapons are left. Holy shit, this is gonna take a. Yeah, yeah. I did use it for a while. It's just one of the cooler looking thrust. What were they called? Thrusting swords. And then we have this one. I'm gonna put it at the same tier as these weapons. It does serve some sort of functionality with the rot, but yeah, not enough to be good. It does look awesome. It does look awesome. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna put it C tier because in the lore, I'm pretty sure the blade is just from a scorpion or something. From a is it? Yeah, I think it's the sting of a scorpion. It's like really cool, just visually to look at. It's just really. I'm gonna put it at a C tier, and then we get the ice thrusting sword. I'm gonna put it also at a C tier. The visual is really cool. It's a really nice weapon. It's a very specific moveset with the back step attacks, and yeah, the Ash of War is like a ice thing that comes out of it. Yeah, visually nice. Doesn't serve much of a purpose, I guess. We get to the heavy thrusting swords. This is the Epi. I don't know how you pronounce it. I guess moveset is kind of something, something. I'm gonna the Godskin Stitcher, I think this is called. I'm gonna put it at a D tier just because of the visual. Anything Godskin in this game, awesome to look at. Holy shit. We get this weapon, also awesome to look at, but in PvP is a bit of a joke with how parryable it is. You can actually easily parry this with the moveset. And yeah, it's just not that useful. Not that useful at all when you use it against PvE enemies. Now the Crag's Blade, or whatever it's called, Craig's Blade, is that what it's called? I'm gonna put it at a D tier, maybe, huh? I mean, no, I'm gonna put it at a C tier because combined with the right talismans, it does massive amounts of damage and does do a good amount of poise damage. It's not horrible. It is usable in PvE. That's why I'm gonna put it at a comfortable C tier. We get to the curved swords. This is the scimitar, or shamshir in Arabic, as I am pretty sure that's what that is. The scimitar, I'm gonna put it at an F tier. It does look awesome. The moveset is the cool one, but no. We have this one, also very cool visually. Not enough to get them out of F tier though. The shamshir is fine. Fun fact about the shamshir, I'm just joking. Yeah, the Shamshir visually does look cool enough to get it out of D tier, but yeah, no, not really. We get this one, don't even know the name. We get the Bandit's Curved Sword, move them straight to S tier, holy fucking shit. They look horrible, when you have two of them. I do believe you can get two of them in the same run, and the visually are horrible. They are terrible visually. And the only thing that puts them in S tier is the ungodly amount of damage output that you can get with these. It's like an infinite amount of damage. You can kill any enemy in the game, even when co-oping, just really fast, in seconds, just absolutely destroy the game. It's like, what, 30,000 damage per, fucking 10 seconds? It's like an insane, ungodly amount of damage you can do with these. Just because of the accomplished amount of damage on these weapons, I'm going to put them in a solid S tier. The Shotel, who? This one with the bleed, who? The curved sword, Mantis curved sword. This one is cool because it snaps and opens up when you like. That's a really cool moveset to look at. I'm going to put it at a C tier because of the visual. Then we get this one, this curved sword. Isn't this? I think this is the one with the really cool jump attack. You come down, do 2 jump attacks. I'm gonna put it at D just because the jump attack is cool to look at, and it does combo in PvP. This one I'm gonna put it also at D. Nice visual with the moveset, really unique, really cool stuff. The flowing curved sword, gonna give it a D tier. And this one, I'm gonna give it a D tier just because the head of a snake at the end of your curved sword, and you do get some health when you defeat enemies with this. It's something. It's kind of cool. The lava curved sword, it's just horrible. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to listen to it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want anything to do with it. We have this sword. Doesn't this have the whip? Thing. This is the moving liquid silver stuff that the Nocturnals, what were they called? Nox dwellers use. The moveset is solid to look at. Is something to look at. Other than that, not that useful or cool. Astel's Wings, I'm gonna put it at a C tier. It does look cool and serve some sort of function because the heavy attack does, do that attack. The moveset is cool. It does do things. And I'll put it at a C tier. Something to look at. Something to really just look at and enjoy. We have the Death Blight Shotel. Wait, what was it called? I cannot remember. I'm gonna put it at a D tier. The visual is kind of nice. Other than that, not that useful. Doesn't do much in PvE, especially. It's just horrible. And we get to the great curved swords. This one is the Dismounter. It doesn't just have the longest range. Yeah, all of them are the Omen Cleaver. This one, the Fire Monks. And then we have this one. Does this one have a specific jump attack? I'm not sure. Yeah, most curved sword are just garbage. The Bloodhound's Fang, I'm gonna put it at a D tier because because of how popular it is. I mean, the Radon's Colossal Sword is also hugely popular, but I didn't put that there. So why? Because Radon's looks much uglier than this one. Like the Bloodhound's Curved Sword. Actually, you could do some cosplay with it with the Bloodhound set. That's kind of cute. And yeah, this one is the gravity one. No, not interesting. This one is a Zamor one with the Ash of War. This I prefer the spell. Honestly, the spell is cooler than this. Yeah, it's just not useful. Other than it does an Ash of War, so what? It's just not great. This is the Magma Worms Great Curved Sword, not great. The Omen, the Great Omen's Curved Sword. I'm gonna put it in a. Yeah. I'm gonna put it at a D tier. If the Ash of War was a little bit better at tracking, you just kind of aim at something, but they come at you and you kind of miss them. That's usually how it goes. If the Ash of War was a little much more solid, it would go higher than that, and it's just visually really cool. But just because it's Morgoth's and Morgoth is goated, I'm gonna put it at a C. And we get to the katanas. We got the Uchi katana. I'll put it at a solid F tier. Yeah, not much about it. Then we get the. Let me just get close and personal. It's the Nagakiba, I think. Nagakiba, yeah, that's right. I'll put it at an S tier, not because it's particularly useful. It's just my favorite weapon when it comes to the PvP. Katana, but massive, just absolutely ridiculous on how long the range is. And yeah, my favorite PvP weapon. I've been using it for ever since it came out. The Poison Katana. Now this one is pretty cool. Put it at a. I'm gonna put it at a C tier maybe, because these ones do inflict status build of the weapons in D tier. But this one is actually kind of useful because of the moveset of the katana. Some sort of useful. And the heavy attack does have this special thing with the, with the charge attack. That's pretty cool. And it does inflict poison, and it looks nice. The meteor katana. I'm gonna put it at a D tier just because of the cool charge attack. The charge attack is like the heavy head slam that you hold the katana above your head. The Moonveil. The Moonveil, kind of awesome. Not gonna lie. Very cool moveset with the lasers and shit. I'm gonna put it at a B tier because give it the correct stats and it becomes very good in both PvP and PvE, but not that good. Not insane, but kind of cool. Something to use. We got the Rivers of Blood. They nerfed the fuck out of this right after the game came out. It became kind of useless. It is something to look at. I'm gonna put it at a D tier. Something visually, I got red katana, kind of edgy. And then we get the dragon, cold lightning, awesomeness. I'm gonna put it here. Same thing with the poison katana, status build up, cool, stuff, cool visuals to just look at, very cool to hold and use. And cold lightning, very awesome. Millennia's thing, it's just awful because outside the Ash of War, it's just a katana, and it's just not visually appealing at all. Because you get the idea of how cool it is. Like Millennia gets the use it without a handle on it, but it's just a blade. It's just whatever. We get to the Twin Blade. Give it an F tier. I don't know what that is. F tier, solid F tier. Godskin Stitcher, I'm gonna put it at a solid S tier, just because there's a chopper moving around. Just because the Godskin Stitcher, I usually cosplay as the Godskin Apostle, and when I co-op and stuff. And I do put the Ash of War Black Flame Tornado on it, and I use that and kill many bosses easily. Stun like Millennia, easily kill bosses with huge health pools because of the massive percentage damage that it does. And it just looks really cool on top of everything. I'm gonna put it in a solid S tier. Actually, do I like the weapon specifically, or is that the actual war that? Mm, yeah, I'm gonna put it at an A tier because it's not the weapon that's giving it. You know, like these ones, the weapon is giving it the special property that makes them really OP. This one is not the weapon. This is the Ash of War. The weapon itself, the moveset is fine. It does the stab. That's cool and unique. And but yeah, other than that, I'm gonna keep it in an A tier. Gargoyle's Twin Blades. Gargoyle stuff going F tier. Eleonora's Pole Blade, whatever it was called. It is really, really cool to look at. I'm gonna put it at a C tier because of the Ash of War. It's really awesome. The blood's splattering everywhere. Really nice stuff, and it does do a lot of bleed. I'm gonna put it there. The axes, that's a solid F tier. That's another one. This one is a classic from the Dark Souls series, imported. I'm gonna keep it an F tier. It's just not. I mean, it's really just clean looking. You know, it's clean looking. It's fine. And then we get this one, the Warped Blade. This is the PvPer's dream. You know, with the stupid combo, you put status build up on it, it becomes absolutely ridiculously powerful. I'm gonna put it at a B tier just because of how functionally useful it is when it comes to, you know, I mean, now that the other ones here are functional specifically, but yeah, PvP, very solid weapon. You can get some cool kills with it, easy kills with it. This one, nope, nothing even to say about these ones. You know, they're axes and they're just horrible. This one has the Hoarfrost Stomp, which a lot of people use at the beginning of the game with before the patch to speedrun the game. For that functionality, I'm gonna put it at a D tier. But yeah, not gonna move beyond that because of how weird it looks. It does scale with Dex, unlike when you look at it, you think it would scale with intelligence or something. But yeah, purely with Dex. I'm gonna keep it right there. The Ripple Blade. This is the PvPer's dream again. It does the same thing as the Warp Blade. I'm gonna keep it at the B tier. It could be deadly, using the right setups and stuff with the status buildups. This one is the Hawk. Yeah. The Ash of War is absolutely devastating in PvP because of the pure stun lock that it does. I'm not sure if it still does that. For a little bit of functionality, I'm gonna keep it at a D tier. It is still an X, so outside that specific move, the Ash of War, it's not gonna do much for you. This one, yeah, I'm gonna keep it at a D tier. The Ash of War is not garbage, but it does sometimes when you see it in PvP, they use it. The skulls come out. Like even if they don't actually land the Ash of War, the skeletons come out either way, and they're kind of cool. It's something, you know. This axe goes to F tier, and then we move to the Great Axes. I'm pretty sure these are the Great Axes. Nothing. The Executioner's Great Axe. I'm pretty sure this is imported from previous Dark Souls. Maybe, I don't know. But just because of the critical damage that it does and the cool name, and Executioner's Great Axe. Critical damage. You execute with it. Really cool stuff. Keep it at a D tier. Then we get the Omens stuff. I'm gonna keep this one. I'm not sure if this one does thrust damage. It is really cool to roleplay as an Omen. I'm gonna keep it at a where? I'm gonna keep it at a C tier because in terms of functionality, you could do a lot better in terms of something that does status build up and you can do jump attacks with it. You could have two of these. It's cool, but stat wise, it's not there. It's not completely the best thing to use. The anchor, I'm an absolute fucking B tier just because of the visuals. If it had more function, I would put it in A tier, but no. Just the idea of using an anchor as a weapon is just awesome, and just visually really cool. I don't even know how it categorizes as a great axe. I don't know why it should do that. We get to this one. Does this one heal you a little bit when you land hits or something like that? It's fine. It looks horrible. The moveset is whatever. I'm gonna keep it at a F tier. Gargoyles, axes, F tier. Everything about the Gargoyles set is just awful, awful. We have this great axe. It looks something. It looks like something. Godric's great axe. These are F tiers. Now we get to the maces. I think it's called. We got the normal wooden. I'm gonna couple these up with the stone. These two. These are really good. They do immense poise damage, and they're really fast. The only issue with them is the range, but they are quite actually effective and useful. I'm gonna keep them at a solid C tier. This one F tier. It just looks weird. This one as well. This one as well. The Morning Star, whatever. These are so tiny. Like look at them. Like look how cool they might look in game. Like from here, but when you get in game, like they are so small, and they look pathetic when you use them. Like, why would I ever want to use these? The bouquet is cool looking, really heavy status build up, damage. Just because of the visuals, I'm gonna keep them at a C. The visuals are really cool to look at. It's a flower, but a mace. Really awesome. We got this. You can blow a single bubble out of it. This mace. The moveset is actually kind of cool. You can just if it landed more often, I would put it at a B tier, but C tier for now. It's a flowing mace made by the Nox people. Cool something. It's keep it at a C. This one, the finger. This one is cool. If it only did more damage, like if it was solid enough. But the Ash of War is really awesome to look at again, just because visually it's awesome. I'm gonna keep it at a C. All right, just to give you some warning, you might experience some timeline shift. Don't be alarmed. I had to pause the recording for technical purposes. Back to ranking. We have Getting Off Near's mace. It is quite a nice mace. It has a thrust attack on one of the attacks. That's pretty cool. It's a long ass mace, but it does look pretty cool. And if you read the description, it's like the hand is symbolizing the man reaching for knowledge, and it can never be achieved. That's pretty cool. I like that description. But other than that, I mean, it just looks nice, I guess. All right, then we go to America's hammer. It's a nice hammer. It looks horrible, and the moveset is just hammer. It's just bad. But the Ash of War is actually quite nice, quite unique. I'm gonna put it on C. Back in my co-op days, I would use this hammer to traverse some areas. It was really fun to do with this. So the Ash of War actually does something cool. So I'm gonna put it on a nice C tier. The flail, we're getting to flails now. The basic one can just fuck off. What? F tier. Knight's Rider's glaive. Is that? No, the glaive is the halberd. This is this one, and then this one. Flails can all just go fuck themselves, except this one. This one is actually kind of useful. It can do something with the Ash of War. It does huge amounts of poise damage. That's the use of it. That's one of the uses of the thing, and that's why it gets a nice D tier. I mean, it's not overpowered or anything, but it does something, Then we get to the great maces. Now this is pretty good. This one, holy shit, the wooden club, I think it's called. God damn, this is a nice weapon. The upgraded version is the great mace right here, but I'm still gonna place this in right here at B. One of the nicest. I don't know what's with the bonk weapons. A good bonk weapon really. B for bunk, that's what I'm trying to say. There's this one. We saw the smaller version right here. No, we're not doing that. But the great mace, oh my word, easily. I'm gonna put it at A tier. Just one of those really just slick weapons that the moveset is so nice. It's so nice to use. You can just put an Ash of War on it, and the weapon just looks amazing. Like the design is just so good. and it's just a chunk of iron, and you can use it to just blast the homies, blast the knights. Kill some knights with that. Put the hammer talisman on, and it has the same icon as this specific hammer, and the icon is actually no. The Ashes of War uses this specific weapon, and it looks good. Miyazaki knows this looks good, and that's why it gets an A tier. I use it quite a lot. The pickaxe, holy shit! I'm gonna put the pickaxe I'm gonna put it in a nice A tier. I'm not gonna put it S tier, or should I? Should I? Maybe I should. Maybe I should. I'm gonna keep it at an A tier because it's not as deadly and as crazy as these first weapons. Actually, I'm gonna bump down the Nagaki. See, this is what happens when you pause between recordings. Your opinions now all of a sudden change because of how subjective this stuff is. Yeah, the Nagakiba, I just realized maybe these two should move down because S tier should be preserved for the esteemed, OP weapons of Elden Ring, and these are the esteemed OP weapons. I'm gonna keep them in an S tier, but the Misericord and the Nagakiba are gonna come down a little bit, even though they are very good. They're one of the very slick weapons. I'm gonna keep A tier for those specific weapons that are really nice to use, really fun to play around with. The pickaxe, you can actually double this up. It does thrust damage. You can combine that with the thrust damage talisman. You can combine that with the jump attack talisman, with the jump attack armor, and do some serious damage and poise damage. With this little weapon here. There are things. There's something that is better than it, and I'm gonna get to it in a second. In terms of the hammer, we got the brick. Now this brick right here, people say it is the weapon the hero used when he escaped out of prison or something like that. If you read the lore of it, it's pretty cool. But I don't know. It's just a brick. It is a bonk weapon. I'm gonna give it a D. No bonk weapon should remain an F, in my opinion. Even though this wooden thing, no, it's just terrible. And we get these hammers. There are the gladiators hammers. I mean, they're pretty bad in terms of the moveset. I'm gonna give these F2. I don't know. Sorry, the rot one can be bumped up to D because of the rot it inflicts, but. Yeah, I'm sorry. You can't do that. This one gives you a small amount of runes every time you land a hit. That's kind of interesting. It gives you like 20 runes whenever you land a hit, but not enough to save you, buddy. We got the Bleeding Star. Holy shit, this weapon is good. I'm gonna give it a nice A tier. This weapon, you do the occult on it. You combine it with some status buildup, god damn it, and you get two of them. I think you can get two of them in the same run, actually. And with two of them, combined with the jump attack and the continuous damage heals you talisman, this thing can really keep you alive and deal massive amounts of damage. Combined with the continuous damage boost talisman, the wing, the insignia, and Melania's prosthesis talisman. So yeah, very solid combination of weapon. These two maces, great maces, I should say, especially because of the poise damage they do. This is a great mace. I don't know much about it. It just sucks the way it looks. It doesn't do anything special. The horn, god damn it, the horn. One of the deadliest. This weapon is deadly. I'm gonna keep it at B though. It is quite useful when it comes to dragons, when it comes to huge enemies, Elden beasts, that kind of thing. It melts their health bar. God damn it! If you use it right, combined with the right talismans, this thing just absolutely destroys bigger enemies. But yeah, the weakness is you do have to only use the Ash of War to get that kind of damage going, and yeah, maybe on a single enemy that's closing up on you, maybe a Crucible Knight. If a Crucible Knight pops off on you, you can't do much, but you can't really stop him with the horn mace. You can just blow some bubbles at him, but not gonna do much. He's gonna dodge most of it. We get this weapon. God damn it, it's slow. The Ash of War is useless. We get this weapon. God damn it, it's slow. The Ash of War is useless. This weapon. God damn it, it's slow. The Ash of War is useless. And now we get to the colossal weapons. First one is this snake. And god damn it, this snake weapon looks amazing. Actually, it really got the look going for it, but it sucks and basically no functionality. But because of the looks, I'm gonna bump it up a tier. We got this one. God damn it, such a weak weapon. Doesn't do much. I don't know if it has a default Ash of War, but no, it doesn't. But whatever you put on it, it's not gonna be worth it. This weapon just sucks. It barely looks cool at all. This is the rot version. I'm gonna bump it up a notch because it does inflict rot. I'm gonna keep it at a nice D tier. But yeah, golems. No, we're not doing that. God damn it, the giant crusher. Holy shit! I'm gonna put it at top of S tier. This is my favorite, possibly. Let me take a look. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can be pretty confident about this. This is my favorite weapon in Elden Ring, just because of the slick. Actually, let me bump it down because it is not meta and OP as these S tier weapons, so you're not gonna be going around killing much with it. But it's just the power you feel when using it, because it has that thing when you miss an attack, but the enemy is close to where your attack landed. You actually stagger them. You know, you push them back with the smaller enemies, of course. And the charge attack is just so goddamn beautiful. It's fast. It's really fast for a colossal weapon. Covers a good amount of range. Gives you a good distance, and goddamn it, it does so much poise damage. No enemy in the game can handle it, even when co-oping. Combined with the right talismans, you can actually make a nice build out of it. But it would never actually reach that S tier, deadly rank up here with the boys. But yeah, it is my favorite weapon in the game, and yeah. Also, probably when I do the tier list for the armor sets, the Targoth goat armor set, it's gonna be also on my favorite armor set. Just a spoiler alert on that one. We get this weapon. It looks quite insane. Actually, it looks insane. I'm gonna give it a nice C tier. Back in the day, it used to be the OP broken PvP weapon because of the bug it had. But right now, it's just a weapon that kind of looks nice. Looks kind of cool. Doesn't do much though. You can be sure that you can set it aside as one of the weapons. It doesn't do much, even though you put the right Ashes of War on it and use the right talisman. It's just not gonna do much for you. And the tracking on it, not there with Ash of War. And we get to the Ultra Club. I don't know what it's called. The Mega Ultra Super Club here. It looks quite ridiculous. I'm gonna push it up to a nice B tier, just because of how ridiculous of a weapon this is. It's just a huge chunk of wood, and the charge attack is that the one you landed it looks awesome, and that's enough to give it a B tier. And it does what it's supposed to do: huge poise damage on the enemies, and yeah. Here we have the trolls, something just unlikable garbage. This is the dragon tooth. Is it the dragon tooth weapon? I don't know. Very useless, very garbage weapon. This also this. These weapons, who uses them? They're just so bad. I held them like once just to see why anyone would ever touch them. Just don't do it. There's this one that blows a huge bubble. I think this is it. This is the one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. This is the one that blows a huge bubble. Garbage, unusable, and quite ineffective. That's the word I'm trying to. It doesn't do much. Giza's wheel. At least it does something that looks kind of cool. I'm gonna keep it at a C tier just because of the glory of the chainsaw glitch that they introduced a lot of people to. It's quite nice. It doesn't do much combined with the right talismans and everything, but just because it's so unique in the game, no other weapon comes close to this kind of functionality. It chainsaws. Giza's great wheel. Everybody knows that infamous weapon. That one. And we get this one, the poise damage from afar, Ash of War. It's nice. I'm gonna put it at a D tier, not F tier, because of the Ash of War. It does quite a bit of poise damage. You can cast it from afar, just like you would cast Thunderbolt. Just the Ash of War is really effective, really nice. But when you run out of that blue juice, is you're kind of done. It doesn't do much. It doesn't do much after that. This is a Godfrey's Great Axe. I'm gonna put it at a nice, comfortable F tier. God damn it, this weapon is useless. But hey, you can shout and do the charge attacks afterwards. But they barely even look cool. I'm sorry, Godfrey fans. Sorry to disappoint you. Getting to these spears. Spears do be quite useless. Actually, I should probably take off my AirPods right about now. Let me turn this off. All right, getting to the spears, we have the short spear. It does have a nice little move set where you stab many times, like bah, 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 with the charge attacks, but not nearly enough to get it out of F tier. Another spear. I barely even know the name of that one. Nothing here. This is the Spartan spear, and if you actually use the Ash of War that throws the spear on any of these spears, the phantom that is summoned, it is actually the Spartan spear, or very resembles it very closely. That is why this one just looks good enough to bump it up a notch and give it a nice D tier because of how it looks. And this one, what the fuck? Oh, this is the pike. It's so zoomed out because of how small the icon is. This is the pike. It's the longest fucking spear in the game. It unfortunately not much use outside of PvP, but when it can be used, it's quite deadly actually. I'm gonna give it a nice C tier because of the uniqueness of being the longest fucking weapon in the fucking game. That's a good achievement. This spear, whatever, it does a status build up, I guess. And this one, people love the moveset of this. It is quite unique when you one-hand it. It does some moves. I'm gonna give it a D tier for the visual. This is the Crystallian's spear, whatever. This is the Rodkin's spear, whatever. This is a fire. This is also fire torch thing. These spears. The Crystallian's spear looks quite nice, not enough to get it out of F tier, but the rot ones, because they are spears and they do rot, I'm gonna give it a nice D tier. Because if you double it up, I mean, it does something. It's not horrible. Clean rot spear. The Ash of War is horrible. It's terrible. The main weapon is lackluster. I'm gonna give it a nice F tier. This is what's the name of it? Hell, no. What is this? What's the name of it? Okay, now I gotta look it up. All right, I got the name. It's Death Ritual Spear. This is the one. Now this is quite useful actually because of how the specific Ash of War is really good. You can cast it from very far distance, and it does hit enemies that are high above the ground. You know, that kind of thing. It is quite useful in both PvP and PvE. I'm gonna give it a nice clean B tier for functionality, but it doesn't get close to that cleanness or being meta. It's not that OP, but quite fun to use and quite useful. We get to the Bolt of Grandsax. Quite a nice weapon. I'm gonna give it a nice B tier right here. It is combined with the right talismans. It does quite a bit of damage to a lot of enemies. Not enough to make it, the ultimate. This is my main weapon, but when you need some range, this is you can charge this bad boy up and get that range and good damage from it. Not terrible at all with the right talismans, right buffs. You get quite a nice bit of damage. You do have to stand still a lot to cast it, so. You do need someone to cover for you while you use it. That is the main the main issue with it. But yeah, other than that, we get to the great spears here. The great spears are fine. They don't do much. This one has the charge attack that people love using in PvP. For that, I'm gonna give it a nice D tier, and don't keep it in F. We get the ultimate PvP weapon. Everybody loves this. Even in PvE, you got the moveset with the Snake King that does cool things. It does a little bit of coolness to it. I'm gonna give it a C tier though. Outside of it, I mean, speedrunners love using it because of the charge attack. I think the charge attack is really good. The in the speedruns they buff it and shit, and apparently it's quite good for the fast charge attack. I never liked it. It does the range. It doesn't have the range of a nice charge attack, but I guess if you manage to utilize it well, if you know how to work with it, that could be the ultimate weapon. But I'm gonna keep it at a C tier for lack of visuals. But it is quite a weapon, quite a nice weapon for the name alone. Just like Giza's will, I'm gonna keep it at a C. This is Cerulea's who something tree. Yeah, the Ashel Warren, it's is actually quite useful, just like the Bolt of Grand Sax. You get the range, you can charge it up, and it does insane amount of damage to a lot of enemies. Especially, it eats absolutely dead enemies like the Death Bird, like those kinds of enemies. It actually destroys them when you do the uh, what's it called, damage against dead enemies buff with the epitaph epitaph, something like that. Yeah, you combine these two, and all of a sudden you get a real deadly combination for some specific bosses. Absolutely destroy them. But yeah, good poise damage on the charge attack as well. It charges fast and works fast. Yeah, and then we get to the madness of Vike Spear. It's not good. It's not even in PvP. It's just yeah, people loved using it because of how broken the status build up in this game. And people use it a lot in PvP, but outside of it, it just doesn't. The Ash of War is lackluster in terms of the damage it does and its madness. So yeah, it's fire damage. Yeah, it's not gonna do a lot. We get the Moog's spear. I'm gonna push this up to a nice B. Now, this is quite the meta weapon, I would say. People using the right buffs. This actually on New Game Plus 5, even if you go that far, this actually destroys many enemies. If you just get to cast it in co-op sessions, especially. It's a huge area of effect. You can just get close enough and cast it and have your friends distract the boss or whatever. It does an insane amount of damage with the right stats. But I'm gonna keep it at a B tier because yeah, it's solo. If you're for yourself, it just is so hard to actually stay safe while using the Ash of War, which is the main attraction when it comes to this weapon. We get to the halberd, whatever. It does have the fast halberd attacks, but not enough to save it out of that situation. We get this halberd, also the same. These are good, decent weapons, usable. Not like the flails, which are also an F tier, but just not good enough to get them out of there. This is the Lucerne, I think. This what it's called. I'm gonna give it a D because of how classic this weapon is. It comes from a long way from all the previous games. Miyazaki keeps bringing it back. This glaive, I don't know. I don't even know the name. This one, the Vulgar Militia uses it. I don't know. This one. No one cares about these. This right here. This is the halberd with the special moveset. Quite awesome to use. Very fast attacks and scales so good with dexterity that if you infuse it with lightning, it actually does less damage than if you just infuse it with pure dex. I'm gonna give it a C because of how unique this weapon is, and the moveset is quite interesting. And when you read the lore on it, this is apparently wood. It's made out of wood, interestingly enough. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of cool, kind of nice. Knight Rider's glaive. I'm gonna give it an F tier just because of how annoying it is. In PvP, people think wrongly. People wrongly think this is a good weapon, but yeah, and a lot of the Ashers of War that send those phantoms, they are using the Knight Rider's glaive, and I'm gonna for just because of how long it is. It's quite a long weapon in terms of range. It blows all the other weapons out of the water except for the pike. It is quite a long weapon. I'm gonna give it a D, I guess. This one is the pest's weapon. That's nothing. The gargoyles halberds. No, this is the PvPer's favorite weapon when it comes to status build. I'm gonna give it a nice B tier. I mean, to this day, if you do happen to be inside the Coliseum, you're gonna see a lot of people use this son of a bitch to inflict some heavy status buildup on you, depending on what they feel like. This is one of the first weapons you actually get. It's not quite useful just because of the looks, because it looks kind of awesome. I'm gonna give it a nice D. Other than that, the Ash of War is kind of terrible, and it's just not very useful. I'm gonna give it a nice D. Here we get to the wait. What's I don't know what this one is called. It does the cold lightning Ash of War. It's something. I mean, I'm gonna give it what am I giving it? Yeah, I'm gonna give it this tier. Actually, yeah. Let me just think about this for a second. No, I'm gonna give it a D tier. It's just not that good. The Ash of War. If you try it a little bit, try with different enemies, you are stuck in that specific animation for a little bit. So if the boss is not staggered by the Ash of War, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get hit, and you're gonna get blasted. So be careful. Use this with caution, and use it with a lot of buffs and everything, because it's just not gonna give you the damage that you are looking for. This is Loretta's slasher. In the PvP nowadays, it do be combo, and I'm gonna give it the same D rank as this halberd. People love it for the combo it does for no reason. Doing half your opponent's health with one click. Absolutely disgusting weapon, but outside that, it has the same moveset as the tree spear, but not as cool. Not as cool because it just doesn't look good, and it do be doing magic damage. It's just fine. It's just a low tier weapon. I would never actually use it in PVE ever. We got the Commander's Halberd. How many of these? There are plenty, actually. Holy shit. How long is this video gonna be? I'm going through these like relatively fast, I'm pretty sure. Commander's Halberd. It does have that buff, which for some reason it's different from aura buff and all. Wait, is it? I think it's an aura buff, actually. It's different from a bunch of buffs, so you can stack it with a good amount of buffs. So for that, it is some sort of useful. I'm gonna give it a C tier just because it's just iconic. When you cast it, it looks awesome. Just a halberd, it has quite a unique look and is quite long, and it does have a good moveset. The moveset is not half bad. I would never use it as like a main weapon, just like the others in this tier list, but in the C tier, I mean. But yeah, it's fine. It's a fine weapon. We get to the scythes. This one, don't even know its name. This one, whatever. This one is the Halo casting thing. It do be doing some good damage in PvE if you stack it with the right things, but you are standing still when using it. I'm gonna use it as a decorative piece here in D tier, and it can't go above that. It just has a nice little look to it. That's pretty much it. This one you cast something like the Loretta's slash, but it inflicts no healing effect. It's fine. I'm gonna keep it at a D tier. Nice, interesting look, but it's not gonna get you far. We have the whip, the standard whip. I think I don't know a specific name. It's just useless. This whip right here, it causes the bleed. Also useless. I mean, there are so many other ways you can inflict status damage. I'm gonna bump it up just like I always do with the status build of weapons. I'm gonna bump it up to D because I think just having that status build up just gives you an edge over most of these weapons down here. Yeah, the Urumi, goddamn, one of my favorite weapons in the game is the weapon that I originally finished the game with. It has the finesse. it's quite useless. I'm gonna put it at a C because of how little damage it does, and it's not gonna stagger any enemy you're gonna fight. So don't get your hopes up. You gotta experience a lot of pain using this. But yes, C is nice and round, and so is the Urumi when it's not being used. So I'm gonna put it a nice C. It's quite a nice looking weapon and quite unique in the moveset, as all whips are. This one is the one that does the bleed. I'm gonna give it also a C. It is a whip, and it looks quite nice. It looks like flower, petals. I don't remember the actual name of the whips. Something petal whips, something like that. I'm gonna give it a C just because of how interesting it looks. Quite pretty when you get it from that one guy. This whip just it throws away a bunch of lava around the place. Whatever. The fire whip. I'm gonna move it up to D. I think in terms of the Ash of War, it's much flashier than the lava one, and yeah, it looks cooler and huge range actually on the Ash of War when you actually do use it, which you shouldn't because it's horrible, not enough damage, but looks cool at least. The Cestus weapons, is that what they're called? I'm gonna put them at a nice F tier because you have these balls, which is the same thing as these two. This one is this one, and this one is a spiked one. So basically the same thing, but these are actually better. The Qatar, I'm pretty sure it is called. I'm gonna give it a nice D tier because it does have speed, but no range or damage to fix it. Unfortunately, it's just a bad weapon. I'm gonna lower it down actually to F. It's just horrible. The balls, quite useful. Fucking meta weapons, actually quite powerful. Both the normal ones and the spiked ones for the status buildup. I'm gonna bump them up to a nice B tier. They are not A tier because of the one simple reason: the range. Range is horrible, but they're quite nice to use. They're quite fun and very deadly against some specific enemies. If you learn their moves, you can actually destroy most enemies in the game, except a few that would absolutely destroy you because of them keeping their range. But yeah, if you learn them well enough, you can destroy most enemies because of how fast the charge attacks are in these things and how much poison damage they do. This one, you do the Ash of War where you grab the enemy and life steal. That's the one. It's horrible. It's terrible. Veteran's Prosthesis. I think the Ash of War combos, right? Sorta. I think it does. It's like Storm Assault, something like that, but with lightning. I'm gonna keep it at a D tier because the Ash of War could do something. It does a little bit of something, but not enough to move it any higher than that. The words, the holy words. I'm gonna give them the visual. Where is it? Yeah, put it at a C tier because you're fighting with words, visually quite nice, and you do get the anti-shield thrust damage. But yeah, just fighting with words is very edgy, very nice, very cool. We have this one. It's supposed to have anti-dragon effect, but I assure you, you can use it on any dragon you want. You're gonna see any of that anti-dragon effect. I'll tell you that right now. You're gonna do very little damage, and you're gonna come home sad and crying. Getting to these claws right here, quite nice. They do status build up very fast, kind of. But the damage is not there. The range is not there, and the poise damage, which the balls and the spike fist weapons have, it's just not there. I'm gonna keep it at a D tier though. Yeah, keep it at a D tier because of just them looking cool. This one is at an F tier because it looks less cool than the Wolverine ones, or Wolverine. That's how you say it, Wolverine ones. This one does poison. Same thing, same issues with all fist weapons, just not enough range or damage. But for the poison, I'm gonna keep it at a nice D tier. The claw, the raptor's claws. This one, yeah, I'm gonna give it a C. The visual is the theme of it is cool enough to lift it up to a nice C tier because you can combine it with the Raptor's armor, you know, that kind of feather armor and thief set, and just really just get some. I mean, bandit set, I think it's called, and get some nice, you know, theme going, and combine it with that, you feel like a real flying assassin, you know, doing jump attacks off of buildings and shit. That's can look quite nice, quite interesting. Bows, oh boy. Bows, I'm gonna start ranking them all at F. This one, this one, this one. Not even remembering anything. Does this one play a little note when you shoot with it? Not enough to bump it up a tier. We have this one. We have the black bow. I think this is the one. This needs like a 22 dex to use. It shoots very fast. I think. Is that why? Yeah, it's one of the long bows. These are short bows, and they have the Ash of War that shoots fast. This is a longbow and actually manages to have that Ash of War, I think. So for that, it actually does something. It's quite interesting for the huge dex requirement. 22, I think that it requires. Quite unique weapon. I'm gonna give it a D tier. It doesn't deserve F tier. The poly bow, visually, it's just this one is cool enough to give it a D tier. Other than that, it's fine. It's whatever. The horned bow. This is is it the horned or horn bow? Something like that. This is what the hunters use, the magic hunters that shoot those laser arrows. For the theme, specifically, I'm going to give it a nice D tier. This is the bow that shoots poison. Yeah, these are just bows that, I mean, this one shoots poison, this one makes the arrow holy, this one is whatever, it's just a bow. Now we get to the great bows. Wait, isn't this one the Earth Tree great bow? I think this is as well. Then I don't even know what this is. Holy shit! Yeah, it feels like I've never even seen this one before. Great bows are fine. This one has an interesting stat requirement. I think this one needs more dex than strength. This one, the golem one, needs more strength than dex. And this one, yeah, I think this is the Holy Great one. Yeah, this is the Holy Great one. Yeah, this one needs faith, and this is the Radon one. I think it needs intelligence or something. All the great bows can stay at a nice F tier because of how useless they are. You can put the rain of arrows, Ash of War on them to do some damage, but don't get your hopes up. It's not gonna be your main weapon. Any enemy that walks up on you, you can just go ahead and surrender to because there ain't much you can do. I'm getting here to the crossbows. It's fine. Not remarkable, any of these. This one, the Great Horn, the Targoth uses it. And just for that reason, I'm going to bump it up to a nice D tier. Also, it is a classic weapon that did make it from previous games way back when. There's quite a classic Ballis. What's the name? Something like that. It's nice. It's nice. It's a nice little weapon you can use. Yeah, we have this one. This is the crossbow that does something I can't remember. The arrows that thematically match this do rot. I'm pretty sure this is the death death switch, something like that, related to this. It's fine. I don't remember if it has an Ash of War that does something specific, but I doubt it. I doubt it's actually any good. It just looks decent. Looks decent. The poly crossbow, the burst fire crossbow. We did use it. I mean, it's still quite usable in the PvP scene. I'm gonna give it a nice C tier. You can get it to actually it's very effective against ultra, I mean not ultra, colossal sword users, because their attacks are slow enough that you can just dodge and immediately shoot 3 of these bullets into them and they can't do anything about it just because of how slow their weapons are. This is a great way to destroy any slow weapon user in PvP. You can actually blast them. I mean, there are other ways. We're gonna get to the DLC weapons in a second that do kind of the same thing. I'm gonna put it at C for now. This one is the moon crossbow, shoots lasers. Wow. This one, well, the ballista and the cannon, I'm gonna give them a nice D tier. They're not amazing, but they do not horrible damage and a lot of poise damage, which you can use against some bosses in co-op just to keep your hands busy while they run away as stealth, like those kinds of bosses that are very usually far away from you. You could use this if you're not a spellcaster. Just switch to this and do some damage, do some kind of damage to them. In PvP, of course, very troll heavy weaponry here. You can use it to throw all kinds of players off all kinds of platforms with this. So that's an I get that's a D tier. It's fine. It's whatever. We get to the staff. This is why I love the not applicable section of the thing. I'll put all the staffs here. They're not really weapons. They're just catalysts for you to cast sorceries with. But except actually Vernala's staff, I'm gonna put it at a fucking holy shit. I'm gonna put it at a holy shit. Do I have a category called holy fucking shit? I'm gonna put it at a C because of the Ash of War. God damn it, the Ash of War does more damage than a lot of weapons in this category. Like in the PvP section, you could put these at the same part. Like if this son of a bitch's Ash of War catches you, it's game over. It does so much damage and you can't roll out of it no matter how much poise you have. It's just horrible. It's just disgusting weaponry. The magma staff, the crystallian staves, the meteor staves, the blood, sorcery staff. And then we get to the seals, same thing. They're not really weapons. I'm going to put them just at not applicable. They're not part of the weaponry. They're just catalysts for you to cast the spells. So you could do a ranking and tier list of all the spells and incantations. And that's a possibility. It's not going to be very long. I'm going to put most of them in F tier and the selection few that are really useful in S tier. And that's why I probably wouldn't do it. But yeah. Okay, we get to the DLC weapons. Here we go. These are the daggers, right? Yeah, these two I think are the daggers. I'm gonna give it a nice F tier because daggers. We get to these straight sword. This one is the sleep straight sword. I'm gonna give it the same rank I gave the other sleep straight sword. Where did I put it? Right at here at B tier because of how powerful sleep straight swords are when combined with the right talismans, that kind of thing. This is a straight sword. Not much about it. You can put it in nice F tier. These two, the Sword of Light and the Sword of Dark, you can cast that spell that increases your the damage type based on the thing. They're fine. For the visual and their names and how cool they are, I'm gonna give them a nice D. Functionality wise, they don't do much actually. Get to this one. This is the great sword section. We got the poison one. I'm gonna give it a nice D tier just because it does the status buildup of poison. The heavy attack launches, a little projectile, inflicts poison, whatever. Could be useful sometimes. The Sword of Damnation, absolutely disgusting weapon in PvP. I'm gonna give it a nice C, or I'm gonna give it a nice B. Same reason the sleep source. It's just when it comes to PvP, things that go through rolls, especially this one, is gonna ruin your day if you don't know how to deal with it. It's gonna absolutely destroy you. So I'm gonna put it at a nice B tier because of the PvP application. And then this one, the Nameless Knight's Sword. I think I don't exactly know the name. I'm gonna put it at a nice F tier. The Ash of War barely ever lands. It's whatever. And same problem with all the other great swords. Just, where's your damage? Where's your applicability? Anything. We get to the Colossal Swords. This one is quite a unique Colossal Sword. It actually tricks the eye of the beholder to think that it's a thrust damage, heavy thrusting sword, but it's actually a Colossal Sword. But other than that, it doesn't do much. But yeah, it does have the same cool moveset as the Godslayer's Colossal Sword. But yeah, it's just not uh, for me at least. For me, it's just not thematic. You know, it's not the like this Y handler. It doesn't look that cool to use to me. Yeah, that's just me. Maybe we got the meteorite colossal sword. Holy shit! This moveset is so awesome. I want to put it at a nice C tier, just because of how awesome it looks to use. I mean, it doesn't. It's not like a heavy, meta damage weapon. It doesn't. It's fine in terms of the damage and applicability of the thing, but just because it's a colossal sword and you drift across the fucking map and you get to your target and blow them up, it's for that it's really nice visually. It's quite something to look at. We get to Radon's more Radon. Who cares? More colossal weapons that are lame. But this one does have the actual war that makes it kinda fast. I don't think it's enough. Maybe just combining every aspect of it with that actual war, it's fine. I'm gonna put it at a D tier. The Moonrithil colossal sword thing, and then we get to here. These are the heavy thrusting swords. This one's pretty cool. It does allow you to cast sorceries. I put it at a D tier. It's fine. It looks kind of nice, and it does have some sort of cool function that you can use. Not much, but yeah. This one is everybody uses this nowadays for the heavy thrust sword. I don't know why. It just looks bad. It's not gonna do any crazy things. But yeah, range wise, I'm gonna give it a D tier. It's not. It can be deadly in PvP. So yeah, I'm gonna bump it up a notch. But yeah, it doesn't look good. You can put Ash of War on it or something like that, but it's fine. The moveset is just heavy thrusting sword. And then we got Mesmer's heavy thrusting sword. I'm gonna put it at a nice F tier. Not much about it. Yeah. Then we got the glaive. Is it? Yeah, this is the glaive. You use it and it summons skeletons. Whatever. Nothing interesting. This one is I think we're in the curved swords section. This one is actually quite something. Yeah. These are the cursor. This is the dancer's cursor just because of how fancy it looks. I'm gonna give it a D tier. Doesn't have much functionality beyond that. This one has the really cool moves. For the moves that I'm gonna put it at a nice C tier because of how the spam the fucking Gatling gunning sword attacks, just fast. Really cool to look at. Really cool. Not much function to it though in terms of the damage. It's fine. It's just actually I didn't try it. I didn't combine it with all the right talisman to see what it does with the Ash of War. I mean, if it's thrust damage and fast continuous damage, if I combine it with specific talismans, it could do something. I need to further test this out, but right now I want to keep it at a C tier. But because of the moveset, it's just so fun to do. And this is just a curved sword, cool design, but doesn't get you far in this life. Having a cool design, we get to the great curved swords. It's fine, nothing special. These ones, keep him right there. This one is what the fuck? Actually, what is that? What the fuck is that? Is that a curved sword? Great. Let me put some research into this one. All right, I got it. This is the Starline sword. This is the one that the little guy, the little goblin guy uses. You can you can shoot lasers with it. It's a nice moveset. I'm gonna put it at a C tier. It's kind of not gonna lie. It looks kind of cool. Looks kind of nice, and a lot of range and a lot of swings when you use it. The Shadow Katana. For the visuals. I'm gonna give it a nice D tier right here with the visual ones. It's just the ultimate edge weapon because katanas, edge lords. That's the edge lord weapon thing that people use, and the shadow version. Everybody went crazy for that one. That's what people wanted from a DLC. Let me tell you that much. The twin blades, we got this one. This is from the Knights. For the visual alone, I'm gonna give it a D. It's just cool to look at. It's just golden black, that's nice. And the Eleonora's, for this one, I'm gonna give it a C tier just because it shoots lasers and shit. That's pretty cool. It's not a meta weapon or anything, but yeah, it looks awesome. It charges up when you attack people. This one, F tier. What the fuck? This one, F tier, is just mesmers people's axes and that kind of thing. This one just you do the lightning thing with it, whatever. This is like a curved great sword. Am I right? Or what kind of axe? Yeah, this is an axe. This is a great axe. Yeah, it's quite unique. I'm gonna give it the D tier for the visual. Yeah. Actually, I may have had a bit of an Alzheimer's moment. This is the axe that does the lightning, the really cool lightning attack that goes after enemies and catches them. After the DLC, this was the first weapon that I tried PvP because it's just really, it looks really cool. But yeah, that's as far as it goes. It just looks cool. And put it in a D tier. And this one, yeah, the lightning move with the flashing forward and then landing, going into the air and landing that attack. I'm gonna give it a nice D tier. It is kind of cool, I'm gonna put it right there. Not as cool as some other ones, but still, it is a bit of lightning, so we all like the lightning. This one is fine. I do believe it's the same thing as that other butcher. Yeah, here it is. It's just the same thing, but yeah, this one is someone else's. It has the same function, I'm pretty sure. The dragon one, the dragon great mace, I'm pretty sure that's, or just mace. I think it's a mace regular. You can use it to do the lightning thing. Does a little bit of damage. It's fine. I'm gonna put it in F tier, but yeah, this is the flail, from the DLC. It is quite fun, kind of quirky, with the move it does. You charge it up and then blows up. It's fun. It's a little bit of fun. Something it does something. Yeah, this one is the hammer with the guard counter special effect that does the thing. It's just visually not, if it was visually a little bit more appealing. It is a mace. It's just not good enough to get past the F tier, unfortunately. We got the Smith script, great mace. Quite a nice weapon. I'm gonna put it at a C tier because of how awesome the moveset is. If you use the charge attack, you do a little. If you do the running attack and the charge attack, you do a little spin and you charge it really heavily. It's just really awesome. But the damage, unfortunately, and the stagger potential is just not there to be worth it. Yeah, I'm gonna put it at a nice C tier just for how cool it looks. Getting down here, the huge leg that causes bleed when you land it. It's whatever. These are the colossal weapons. I'm gonna put it at a nice F tier. Actually, for the status build, I'll put it at a D tier. But yeah, it doesn't go beyond that. It's just a huge chunk of meat. The moveset is not that great. It's the same thing as the wood chunk. Or where did I put that? C tier, I assume. Yeah, somewhere around these areas, but it's fine. It's not something crazy. Then we have this one. You shove it on the ground and makes a bunch of spikes. It's I mean, it's not that not that great. Other than the Ash of War, it's a standard move set. Nothing crazy. Yeah, it's just fine. Nothing that cool. And then we get the huge hammer with from the Crucible set of weapons, I would say. This one is quite nice. I'm gonna put it at C just because of how flashy the Ash of War is. You hold this huge weapon, you hover it above your hand and have it spin, and then land it. It's just really awesome looking weapon in terms of the Ash of War. And then we got the flower, the big flower. I'll put it at a nice F tier where it belongs. I get this one with the Ash of War that blows things up in front of it, and you charge it up and then blows things up furthermore in that direction. I'm gonna keep it in an F tier. Not a lot of function in terms of the PvP. I should possibly run some tests for the PvE, but again, this is one of those weapons that you stand still for a few seconds to charge it up to land it. It's quite tricky to deal with those kinds of weapons, but just to be safe, I'm going to keep it in an F tier. This one is... sorry to the fans of this weapon, these two weapons, but these are just spears. These are Mesmer's soldiers' spears, probably, something like that. I'm gonna put them in an F tier. They're not anything memorable or cool in any way, or functional in that sense. They're a bunch of spears. And then we get this spear. It does bleed. I'm gonna put this one at a nice D, just because of the bleed. It's really ugly. And this is the same spear, but the great spear version. I'm gonna put this one at a D as well. It's just whatever. This one is just to make sure I'm doing this right. Actually, I'm not. Just to be safe, I'm gonna do a little bit of research on this one. Well, apparently, yes, this is the Mesmer's Soldier's Great Spear, and I do believe this. Maybe this is the greatest Great Spear in the game, in that specific category. I do see some PvPers playing with this one. It do be doing that good range on it. In terms of damage, I don't know much about it, but yeah, for that function of it, I'm gonna place it at a nice D tier. It's not really. I don't see it being an optimal weapon. Just keep it at a D tier for being a nice thrust. Very long, heavy thrust damage that you can use. This is the Mesmer's sword. It's I'm gonna give it a nice D tier. It's sort of the same thing as Radahn's sword, so it's very thematic. You take it from the boss. The really cool boss's weapon that you can use. This is the same, but Mesmer I think is a little bit cooler than Radahn. Maybe it's just my opinion. But yeah, at least the first Radahn. I want to keep this one at a nice D tier. You can do the Ash of War with it and have heavy attack. Launches the motherfucker at them. It's fine. It's cool. This is just a spear. I don't think it does anything special, right? And then we get the halberd. It's the same thing as a ghost halberd. Skeleton launches skeletons and shit. And this one is pretty good. Some uses in PvE as well, actually. With the Ash of War, causes scarlet rot on the enemies. It does have the cool, same as Loretta's and other stuff. It has that moveset that you can use, blast enemies. Cool, nice, like it. Ansbach's Scythe. It does have that nice little fancy moveset. Because it's Ansbach, I'm gonna put it at a D. Because he's based as fuck. It's just a scythe. In terms of the movement, it's fine. The Ash of War again is very fancy, very cool moves. Nice moves there. We get this whip, the Poison Whip. It's just I would put it F tier. But D tier for the poison that it does, and the Ash of War does have a bunch of range. The Skatata. What? The Petas? What were these called? Something. It is a huge thing in the PvP where they actually think it's awesome, it's great. It's not. But yeah, for that PvP thing that they do with it, I'm gonna give it a C tier. It does serve a bunch of functions in PvP. People be putting some rod grease on it, because of being the only fist weapon that actually has range on it. It does get that quite unique place in the PvP section of the game. So give it a nice C. These are the rock fists that launch. You just wish they did as much damage as you hope they would do. They're just really cool Smith script weapons. I'm gonna place them at a nice C tier just because of the idea. It's just really nice, really cool. Yeah, this is the needles that put people to sleep. Because of the visual, I'm gonna give it a nice C tier, and by that I mean it doesn't exist. So people could look at your hands and be like, "Damn, this dude is not using any weapons," and then you pull up with the needles, the hidden needles in your fingers. Yeah, they do the sleep, and visually they're, I think, the first weapon in any of these Souls games that actually just looks like nothing when you're using it. So that's pretty cool. Except for the fist weapons, which we're getting into in a little bit. This is the poison hands. Give them a nice D tier. They do status build up, but no damage or range on them, so that's a problem. But yeah, the factors that I'd be using for most of these weaponry is just the three, range, damage, and speed. Those are the three when it comes to these weapons. So that you got to keep that in mind. Of course, other factors come into play, like looks, visuals, and the cool stuff you can do. But generally, those three. These are the madness hands. I'm gonna place them a tier above D tier because madness is broken. But because it doesn't have range, you can just walk away from it if you want to. But yeah, it does have that huge, cool grab attack thing that you can do with it. So nice. That's cool. And does a lot of damage. Stuns the enemy. You can do heavy attacks with it. This one's actually quite broken. I use this a bunch of times when you want a broken weapon in the PvP. Yeah, this is something you can use with the Ash of War that blasts the entire map, and you can headshot people out of rolls and that kind of thing. Give it a nice B tier for the PvP. What's it called? Functionality. Yeah, that's right. I almost said PPP. P2P. God damn it. This is a bow. This is Ansbach's bow. It's quite goated and quite broken. Cool. You can go ahead and rest at a nice B tier. Go ahead and try this for yourself, actually, if you want to. And the PvP, it's hugely broken if you use sleep arrows on it. You can just destroy people who don't know how to deal with it. This is what's his name? This is Egon's bow. Unfortunately, not much to say about that. It doesn't do anything. This is the assault rifle type crossbow, right? This is the assault rifle. Just because of the moveset, the moveset is decent enough to kick it up a notch to C tier next to the poly crossbow, but not much further than that. It do be, you get the Gatling gun, that kind of feeling to it. Very nice. This is the scatter bow, quite fucking broken if you use it in PvP. I'm gonna give it a nice B tier because of the PvP functionality. If you put some sleep arrows on it or any kinds of status build up, you're gonna get an instant effect from it, and you can headshot people if they walk close to you. You can absolutely stun them with the headshot. Quite useful stuff in PvP. This is a cannon. This one, is it the cannon that does the thing follow auto missile, auto detection missile, that kind of thing? Is it this one? I actually don't know. I'm gonna put it at a nice F tier. I mean, it is a cannon. I'm gonna put it at a D tier next to the other cannon, just because. I don't know much about it. How do I not know much of it? Like, there was like two cannons in Elden, right? This one and the one that followed this one. Yeah, but why is that in the DLC section? I'm pretty sure it wasn't in the DLC. Wait, was it? Actually, I think it was. It was in one of the towers, right? That's where it was. Next to the giant flaming. Yeah, now it makes sense. Okay. These are the staves. We'll put them and the seals next to each other right here and non-applicable. We get the shields. These are the shields. These are quite in terms of the PvP. They're quite viable. They're not quite as broken. I'm gonna put them at the nice C tier. Quite unique weapons. You be attacking with a shield. Kind of interesting looking, and yeah, for the function they serve in the PvP, you don't take damage while dealing damage, that kind of thing, and it is thrust damage. I would put them at a nice C tier. And here are the fist weapons. The fist weapons, unfortunately, I'm gonna give them a sadly an F tier. But the visuals, okay, I'm gonna give them a D tier just because of the visuals. They're quite useless. They're the huge disappointment of the DLC for me. I had such high hopes for the martial arts thing, and especially I really wanted them to be not parryable, but they turned out to actually be. And when you use them, they do these holy blasts whenever you try to attack with them, which is kind of strange. I just wanted to do some martial arts, not do holy damage. Every time you attack with these, it's like that one incantation, the holy, you blast people away, but the mini versions, those explosions, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's just sad to see them be like that, but the moveset is quite nice to look at. I'm gonna put him in a D for that. Smith script knives, these are fine. People do be using them. They do have a PvP function. I'm gonna give them a D. They're not quite useless in PvP. People be using them to troll hard. Backhand blades. The backhand blades gotta be something nice in PvP. I'm gonna give them C. Not beyond that, they're not really that broken. People be talking shit about them, but they're not. They don't make you as invulnerable as some of these ones. If they're used right, they can be. Nothing, not much you can do about some of these. But this and backhand blades, even if they had the blind spot Ash of War on them, I do believe you can do something about it. If you're patient enough, they can slip up. You can actually do something. And these are the creeks, the crick. I don't know the crick or whatever you say about them. These are interesting weapons. For the moveset, I'm gonna give them a D because they are cool to look at, but that's as far as they go. They're not anything mind blowing or nothing like that. And then we get the perfume stuff. Give them a D tier, right? This is the frost one. Give it a D tier for the status build up that they do. I should just give all of them a D tier. Yeah. Which one is this one? The lightning? I actually can't tell. This one. Wait, which one is the fire? Which one is the light? I cannot tell. See, I'm not as familiar with the DLC weapons. That's a huge problem right now. But yeah, these are they do a status build up. They're fine, but very mediocre at even doing what they're supposed to do. But yeah, and the bear weapons. These are quite effective in PvP. I should say. They're not crazy. They're not insane. I'm gonna keep them at I'm gonna give them a C tier. They do quite a bit of damage if you do land those attacks with the storm. They do a little bit of a claw thing, and it does combo into the next part of it. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a C tier because of just how much of a huge damage it does. The claw weapon, for the moves alone, it moves up to C tier. Just it's so nice to look at. Using them feels very fun. I'm gonna give it a solid C tier just for being just having a nice move set. Just give it that. These are wait, what were they called? These are a new category of weapons. These are light greatsword. That's right, light greatswords. For how annoying they can be in the PvP, I'm gonna give them a nice C tier. They can be very deadly It's just the way the moveset is, it blasts some people out of the water. Yeah, because they don't expect how ridiculous they can be with the moveset. And you can boost them with the thrust damage and that kind of thing, and make them deadly with some of the moves they can do. But in terms of which goes where, these yeah, I think they're all comfortable at a C. Hmm. Do they do anything crazy with these? I don't think so. This is a needle thing, the needle holy lasers. This does the fire thing and the laser thing if you want it. Different moveset, different kind of moveset. Yeah, I'm gonna keep them at a C. Yeah, they're fine at a C. The moves is good. The moves is good. And we get to the great katanas, dear God, the curse of the PvP right now. Curse. They destroy everyone with these. But are they the same level as some of the stuff above? No, they're not broken. You can actually still parry them to a very good degree. I'm gonna keep them at a nice C tier. Same thing goes for the shields. Uh, the battle shields. I don't know what they're called. They do be having the same issue with being parryable, extremely parryable. Very, people who use these become very predictable all of a sudden. Yeah. Am I gonna promote the dragon one just because of the moves? Yes, I am actually. Yeah, promoting the dragon one to B just because the Ash of War, it kind of looks great. You just move into the air and do the anti-dragon effect thing, which you've been using the grease of on all your weapons, but now you can actually do it on a weapon, and it's the Ash of War on it. Anyways, that was the tier list for all Elden Ring weapons plus DLC. Not applicables are the seals and the staffs. This is the F tier. All the terrible weapons that you shouldn't use. Don't use these. We get to the D tier. These were the weapons who were something, some sort of gimmick, something fun about them, some use, but other than that, pretty shitty to experience. The C tier, these are the cool weapons, some visually cool weapons, some functionally cool weapons. All kinds of different weapons you can look here. This is the C tier. We get to the B tier. These are the god tier weapons. They do something. They're so striking visually, or they're so functionally viable. Some of these, you put them into B tier, PvP or PvE, and then the A tier. These are the epic. These are the nice weapons. These are the slick weapons that you really like using, and they're sustainable, and you can destroy things with them. And these are the A tier weapons. These are the S tier weapons, the OP, the weapons that make gods scared. These, when you turn up with these, people be scared. Oh, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna kill us? These are the weapons. These, the deadly five, I should call them. And yeah, that was a tier list. For more tier lists, make sure to like and subscribe. Anyways, thank you for watching. Goodbye.